This seems to go against how I was as a teenager. I was talking with my hairdresser yesterday, Rachel, and she was telling me about taking her almost teenage son to go buy what's called pimple patches. And I said, explain this to me. What is a pimple patch? She said it's a patch that the kids are putting on their acne now, and it's got some kind of substance on there that is supposed to decrease the size of the pimple. But she said her surprise was she suggested getting the flesh-colored pimple patches, but he wanted the blue stars because apparently the kids really want their acne to stand out. And I was like, wait a minute. So now the kids really want to pronounce that they have zits and how many so that all their friends know, almost like an ongoing pimple count. And it seems like that's what's happening now. And I don't understand it. Did you ever celebrate your zits, Virginia, and want to show them off to your friends?
I always tried to hide them.
Right.
You know, you tried to do what like, girls can put makeup on them.
Yeah.
And a lot of us did, but you never wanted to like put a spotlight on it.
Now, I came from the cover-up era, and I remember going to my mom when I was a teenager. I'm like, hey, can you cover up these zits? That one is really just bright red. Now, I guess they are covering them up, but to opt into going with as many little pimple patches as you can, and I guess they trade them and they wear them, and they're excited as they get to school and they see, oh my gosh, you've got 12 new pimples. Congratulations.
So it's like sticker sharing.
I mean, it's kind of better that way. At least you're not insecure about having pimples. They're making pimples cool, and I kind of respect that.
It does feel better. I agree. I do like that. But to me, it's interesting that the psychology of the zit is just a 180 from when I was a teenager.
I mean, I had really, really bad sweaty armpits as a kid. In school, I'd be nervous. I'd have anxiety, and it would have been so awesome if all of a sudden, like the coolest kid in school said, you know what, I got sweaty armpits too. It's cool to have sweaty armpits.
I have maxi pads under my armpits.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same concept. They're making zits and pimples cool. They're taking the power back. I respect it.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. Kay says, I work at a high school, and the kids legitimately walk around with the stars and all sorts of pimple patch stickers all over their faces. Now, it's usually only 1 or 2 stickers per kid, but it was alarming, and it's taken me a lot of time to get used to it. It looks so ridiculous.
I don't hate it. I just, and then there's medicine on the little patch too, so it's actually treating the pimple and getting rid of it.
Look, I think it's better. I'm happy for them that they're here because it was traumatizing for me back in the day with zits, and I hated it, and especially for a guy to wear makeup. And that would always be the thing. I remember being called out. You'd be around a bunch of girls, and your jerky friend would be going, are you wearing makeup? Like, I'm not wearing makeup. And then they would like lick their thumb and rub it across your zit and be like, and then you would get exposed, and then your zit was out. Terrible. Terrible. Pimple patches are much better. Somebody else said, yeah, my niece wears them to her dance that she had for school, and all the kids are excited to have them on. It's so odd to see how they embrace pimples today.
I knew somebody who had great skin up until their, I would say, mid-20s, and then they started breaking out like crazy.
Oh, really?
And they were freaking out because they were an adult. And
That sucks.
That can happen sometimes.
Totally. That can be food too. So we went through that with Magnolia. She has food sensitivities to a lot of stuff, and it was presenting as acne. Bad.
Yeah, this person was eating a lot of cheeseburgers and just Crisco from the right out of the bucket.
That could be it.
Yeah.
So at what age do you think you should not be wearing pimple patches? Let's say I'm a 34-year-old business executive and I have a pimple. Is it unprofessional for me to come to work with pimple patches?
Yes.
Is
They
it-
have the clear ones. Like, if you must pimple patch as an adult, you can do a clear one.
So you say adult. So at the age of 18, you should not be wearing the stars and colorful pimple patches. You need to go to clear.
Yeah, I think that's a good mark. From high school to college.
I mean, you're talking to a man-child, so I say, go ahead and go for it, exec.
Keep them going,
Keep
baby.
it going.
Talking about these pimple patches that, at least to me, are relatively new. I just heard about them, but apparently they're all the rage now for teenagers in South Florida and other places.
Magnolia was wearing them for quite a while, but the clear ones, and she would wear them at night, and it was like a little round circle you put right on top of the little wherever you have a little blemish.
Yeah.
And overnight, it's supposed to help kill it.
Yeah, somehow it's gotten pronounced now, and you'll see a lot of blue stars. In fact, kids' faces look like a bowl of Lucky Charms now. It's kind of the weirdest thing, and they love it, and they celebrate it. And yeah, Ann from Boynton Beach said, yeah, kids used to be embarrassed to have braces too, and now it's cool, and they put colored bands in them and everything else. They want them popping. So they've got the most colorful faces now with pimple stickers and braces, bands, and everything else. And a lot of people are talking about how they've used them. In fact, some people who are adults are saying that they're using them too, even the color ones. This one person in the Treasure Coast says, I work in a medical office, and the 20-somethings are wearing the stars on their face.
Huh. I don't know if it's very conducive to a medical professional environment. I don't know about that.
You wouldn't want your brain surgeon to come out with a bunch of unicorn stickers.
I'm just telling you, an older person is going to lose confidence when they see that walk in.
Man, your brain surgery's in about an hour, and then the guy's all covered in
This
stars.
guy looks like Rainbow Bright threw up on his face. Like, no. No. It definitely has a cutoff age.
Yeah.
If you want to be taken seriously. Now, if you work in like animation or you make cartoons
or you work at a weed shop.
or yeah, then fine, go for it, because nobody needs to take you seriously. But if you're in a professional medical environment,
Yeah, right.
you can't be doing that.
Yeah, well, you might start seeing them.
You think the judge might not take the lawyer seriously
Right.
when he goes, objection, Your Honor.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.